What's up, everyone? Ben with the BTC Sessions here, and this is your daily session.
Hodl that Bitcoin.
Before jumping into everything, just a couple quick notes. Of course, as usual, do check out my website, btcsessions.ca. This is where you can reach out to me personally and book your own BTC session. Super simple. Scroll to the bottom. There's a contact form for you there. Secondly, big shout out to sponsors of the show, Ledn.io. This is where you can use your Bitcoin as collateral to get a Canadian or US dollar loan. It's also where you can use your Bitcoin and put it into a Bitcoin savings account and receive compounded monthly interest. So I have used the loan function a couple different times. Works like a charm. Super easy. Application takes a couple minutes. And there's no credit check. And your bank account is typically funded within 24 hours. I have not dove into the savings account yet, though I have had some people that watch the show use it, and they've had quite an easy and pleasurable time with it. So feel free to check it out. Of course, do all your own research. Make sure you look into everything and assess if it works for you. And with that, we are going to dive into the news. Now, Bitcoin has taken quite a dip in price the last 24 hours. Well, I mean, even this week has been a little rough compared to the moonshot last week to 9K. At the time of recording this, we are around the $7,600 mark, just over. But earlier today, depending on the exchange you were looking at, Bitstamp dipped into the 7,400s. Bitfinex was around 75. But yeah, quite the drop overall. So you can see we're down about 10% for the day. So, you know, a sizable dip. Now, what could possibly be the reason for this? And this is the most Bitcoin thing to ever happen. Essentially, somebody put about 25,000 Bitcoin on Coinbase and essentially dumped it and then rebought at a lower price point. So the 250,000 Bitcoin, 25,000 Bitcoin at the time was worth around 215 million. Now it seems that they did dump them and then later bought them back at a lower price point, sending them out to wallets afterwards, which is presumably the same user. Anyways, they basically pocketed the difference, which, according to this, is around $10 million. So a cool $10 million for this person that was already holding 215 million worth of Bitcoin. It's that easy. If you're a whale, there you go. Wonderful. So it goes to show, again, how early we are in this space where people that were super early on are going to play these games. But I think over time, because just having Bitcoin doesn't inherently mean that you can accumulate more other than playing games like this, eventually as more capital flows into the space and people will want to sell and do other things, that people won't be able to do this as easily in the future. But for right now, now, as far as Bitcoin price analysis, where we could go, this is interesting. Somebody writing here that Bitcoin could be about to post a fuck you reversal to 9K. And so what is this? This is a pattern that has actually played out fairly often in Bitcoin. And you can see the sudden dip, a long wick at the bottom of this candle. It reverses part way and kind of skits around and then flies back up to where it was. Now, could this be happening? Maybe. Now, this was posted earlier on today, I believe before we had a massive drop, but we saw a fuck you reversal back around May 17th to 19th. And it was only a couple days before we saw more or less a complete return to the previous levels. So what is a fuck you reversal? How is it categorized? I'll read this out really quick. So it's a sharp decline which is quickly snapped up by bullish traders. There's a brief dip, a short uptrend, a period of sideways consolidations, and then a breakout. So you can also see an inverted fuck you reversal here, where it's a massive pump and then it sinks back, some sideways trading, and then that dip back to lower levels. So mapped out on where we currently are, this could be kind of our trajectory. And actually, you know what? The bottom of this draw out here looks pretty on par with what they had shown. So the bottom of this, the 7,500 range, snap back to the 70, what is this, 77 range, 78, 79 to 8K, and bounce around in here, and then boom, right back up into the 8,000s, mid 8,000s. Could that happen? Maybe. Could it not? Maybe. I guess time will tell, but yeah, it'll be interesting to watch this going forward. But I'm going to dive into a few other things here. So we were talking the other day about the Kik ICO and how the SEC was taking them to court and they're trying to fight it and fundraise for their legal team, how they raised a ton of money for a useless token. Well, the SEC has officially sued Kik for basically funding in illegal securities. So they $100 million illegal securities offering. And some of the key points that came out of this, Kik was losing a lot of money. So essentially in 2016, they brought in about $2.2 million worth of funding. In the year ending kind of mid 2017, they brought in another 1.5 million. Now at the time, when they decided to pursue the ICO, they were spending $3 million per month. They were, despite the initial success of Kik, they were just bleeding money. And so this ICO, they essentially needed to do it to keep afloat. Beyond that, nobody wanted to actually buy Kik. So they went and looked for investors that might want to buy Kik from them and kind of merge them into their own companies. And essentially, even though they kind of met with 35 potential buyers and 7 seemed interested, by the end, nobody wanted them. Now, they also disclosed more information to private sale buyers than they did to the general public, but in general, they essentially didn't know about the consistent drop in users, and Kik did not disclose the fact that they dropped from 10 million users in January 2016 to about 6 million in January 2017. That was not disclosed. Now, another thing that they did is they built in special e-stickers for investors after the sale. So it seems like they did this as a way to cover up the fact that it was an illegal security, to kind of say that the tokens had a purpose in order to redeem them for these stickers. But that wasn't the case when they launched the ICO. The sticker system was non-existent and was not being worked on. So people bought into it assuming they were going to make money, not assuming they could buy stickers with it, clearly. Not only that, but further to people expecting return, the CEO multiple times said that token buyers would profit. So here's a few quotes: buy today, sell tomorrow, profit. Okay. People are going to make a lot of money. Everybody can not only build this amazing new ecosystem and platform, but also make a ton of money. Okay. Also, Canadian regulators told Kik that its cryptocurrency would indeed be a security. In fact, Canadian citizens were barred from the sale. That didn't stop, I'm sure, some Canadians from partaking anyways, but they raised $100 million. Americans were responsible for around 55 million of that. And as far as the split of who was buying and how much, it looks like 2 of the largest purchasers were somebody that paid out 1.6 million worth of Kik. Oh my God. And another just shy of 1 million, around $970,000. 20 purchasers paid more than 100K. 223 paid more than 10K, and about 1,800 people paid more than $1,000. Yeah, so it's not looking great for Kik. And I think that a lot of other ICOs are probably watching this going, oh my God, this is who we have at the forefront representing us, it's not going to go well. Oh, Lordy. Okay, diving into the next bit here. Warren Buffett every single year has a dinner, and he auctions off a chance to charity lunch, I guess, chance to sit with him for charity lunch. Last year, the winning bid was $3.3 million. This year, the winning bid was $4.57 million. Now, why am I talking about Warren Buffett? Well, number one, he has basically said that he really hates cryptocurrency and he called Bitcoin rat poison. But second, the founder of Tron won the bid and paid $4.5 million to sit with Warren Buffett. And I don't know how to feel about this, because it's kind of hilarious that Warren Buffett, who hates Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, is going to be subjected to a lunch with Tron founder Justin Sun. But I feel a little bit sad, because like, it would have been nice if somebody who would be able to present the case for Bitcoin and not pump a bunch of trash like the BitTorrent token and Tron. It would have been nice to have somebody not scammy sitting at lunch with Warren Buffett and maybe like talking some sense in his ear. Yeah, I think overall it's unfortunate. I'm not going to dive too far into this, but hey, And the other day we were talking about LocalBitcoins and how they removed peer-to-peer cash trades as an option on their platform in an effort to comply with anti-money laundering regulations in Europe. And and I was talking about how this just pushes people to alternatives. Well, lo and behold, here's an article on exactly that, and just some decentralized private alternatives buying peer-to-peer with Bitcoin. So HODL, Paxful, Local CoinSwap, and Bisq. I did do a video on Paxful a while back. It's not, I mean, it is peer-to-peer. You can use things like gift cards and everything, but you're often paying much more than you would pay on an exchange. So it's balancing, well, is it the privacy that's the most paramount to you, or is it the price point? What's important to you? Because odds are you're not going to get your cake and eat it too entirely. But this gives a nice little overview of what these services are. So feel free to take a look at that. And it does remind you can still buy Bitcoin on LocalBitcoins, just not specifically peer-to-peer cash in person. And I mean, shameless plug here, if you're in Canada, Bull Bitcoin, we just added Coinjoin, so that basically if you're buying something with Bitcoin through the website, well, it gets entered into a Coinjoin right away. If you're buying Bitcoin from Bull Bitcoin, you can be sure now that it has been Coinjoined previously, although it is wise to enter it into Coinjoin again upon receiving it to further break those linkages and ensure your financial privacy. But with that, I'll leave it there. Now, I mentioned this the other day. I'm having an event here in Calgary. So if you're in the Calgary area and you know anybody who's like a brand newcomer to Bitcoin and needs to learn just the absolute basics, how to set up wallets, how to back things up, how to not make stupid mistakes and lose your money, where to get Bitcoin where you're not going to get screwed with fees, but also maintain some privacy. Well, I'm hosting that on June 20th, so feel free to link that to anybody that you think may be interested. And with that, guys, I'm going to sign off here. If you're brand new to the channel, of course, hit subscribe, hit like, hit that little bell notification icon. Why? Because every time this airs for the first time, I'm in the side chat, chatting everyone up. I told everybody about my Telegram channel the other day. If you want to shoot the shit with myself and other watchers of the show, and again, get notified when this comes on, then there's a Telegram link down below. And of course, hit up my website, hit up ledn.io. And with that, I am out. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful night, and I will see you tomorrow for your daily session.